Up, Spooniverse? Thanks for tuning in to Mixology 101 with myself, JD, and Anthony Caporelli, Director of Beverage Studies at the Institute of Culinary Education and mixologist extraordinaire.
You're too kind.
You guys know the drill. We're all about seasonal cocktails. We've done the whole rundown of the classics, martinis, daiquiris, Jack Rose, all that good stuff.
Yep.
What are we doing this week?
Let's have a little bit of fun this week.
Yes.
Let's take all that stuff that we have been learning and let's just put it together in a really fun seasonal drink. We're going to do candy cane martini.
You had me at candy cane.
I know. This has 3 spirits in it. We have vanilla vodka. We have creme de menthe, which you can either get in green or white. It's called white, but it's clear, which I prefer. When you see the drink at the end, you'll see why. And then cinnamon schnapps, which is usually red. And these last 2 may be a little bit difficult to find, especially the cinnamon schnapps, but it's marketed by De Kuyper under Hot Damn Cinnamon Schnapps. And you should be able to find it if you look for that. Cool?
Totally. If you guys have any questions while we're making magic up here, just shoot your questions in the comments below and we'll answer them.
Cool. All right, so we're going to start with our normal mixing tin, about 2/3 of the way, full of ice. And this recipe I made so easy. It's literally 1 ounce of everything.
Perfect.
All right, so
I can do that math.
Yeah, I know. We have our 1 ounce jigger. So I'm going to start with 1 ounce of vanilla vodka, and then 1 ounce of my white.
Ooh, I can smell it already.
Yeah, you can.
Sweet.
1 ounce of my white creme de menthe, and then 1 ounce of my cinnamon schnapps.
So, question.
Yeah.
What is the deal with schnapps? Like, what is this word? There's like peppermint schnapps, all these flavored schnapps. What's the difference between a liqueur and a schnapps? Where do all these things?
Schnapps, as they're marketed in America, are liqueurs.
Okay.
They're flavored and sweetened spirits, and generally it's a spirit that doesn't have a strong base. So it's something taste like vodka.
Okay.
Something very similar to that. Yeah, what we call a neutral spirit base. So that all that you're getting is the sweetener and the flavor. When I first started bartending back in like the 20s, every bar had like 20 bottles of, we call them creme des, like creme de menthe, creme de cacao, and schnapps. And I used to say that was my spice cabinet. Because I could take any drink and add like razzmatazz, which was a thing, right? And then it would be a razzmatazz martini. Today, we don't do that anymore. And bartenders tend to look down on these, and they really shouldn't, because we haven't gotten rid of them. We've just replaced them with another ingredient, which is bitters. When I first started, there was like Angostura bitters. That was it, and it was just bitter. Today, you go into any craft bar and they have 20 bottles of bitters, and there are things like chocolate and raspberry and all kinds of crazy bitters. So we've just kind of moved the spice rack from the creme des and the schnapps to the bitters. Okay, but this is old school, and I love this stuff. It's really, really great. Don't look down your nose on cordials and liqueurs. We'll do an episode just on cordials and liqueurs because the history is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So I have my 3 spirits in the glass. There's actually a 4th ingredient, which is half and half, and that's just a mixture of whole milk and cream. You can get it at any supermarket, which we're going to add later. But first I'm going to shake this because we never want to shake dairy. When you shake dairy, it starts to foam, and it makes the drink kind of frothy, which I don't want.
Yeah. It's not a coffee beverage.
Yeah, I like my drinks, I don't like them to be all full of froth unless I float that on the top.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to shake this up, and I'm diluting and chilling these 3 main ingredients.
Nice pink color.
Yeah, you can see that, right? One of the reasons that I like the Boston shaker set instead of the cobbler shaker with the...
You can see what's happening. You can watch the magic make itself. It's like an easy bake oven, but...
So now this is all nice and chilled, and I'm going to add my 1 ounce of half and half.
1 to 1 to 1 to
1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1.
I can do that.
Yep.
Easy to remember.
And then to prevent this from frothing up, all I'm going to do is just swirl it.
Okay.
Really gently.
A little gentle.
Yep, and that just chills it and incorporates it into the drink. And now I have my martini glass, and I'm going to strain this. Okay, so first of all, it looks like candy cane, right?
Wow, actually it does.
Yeah.
So while we're mixing up, we got a quick question.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Why do you measure into the tin? I always thought you measured into the glass.
Good question. So it's just a difference in style. Again, if you are making drinks in front of the guests that are going to be stirred, generally we tend to make them in the glass so that you can see the stirring. It's a very visual thing when you're stirring. Yeah. When you're shaking drinks, I personally tend to make them in the tin, and a lot of bartenders follow this because I'm then going to put the glass in and shake it. So you can use either one. You can stir in the tin. You are obviously shaking in both. You can use whichever one you want. But what you'll also see a lot of bartenders do, especially today at craft bars, is they'll measure into the glass before they put the ice. And that way you can see the amount of liquor that you're getting. I prefer to not do that. I prefer to have the ice first, so the liquor is in contact with the ice for the longest period of time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it lets it chill more quickly. Again, it's just a matter of style. Okay.
Also, I feel like I only watch how much alcohol is being poured for me when I don't trust the bartender to pour me a full drink, but I would never expect you to do something like that.
I'm so glad you said that, because one of my arguments to bartenders who follow that theory is that I should have a better rapport with my guests, and I should be drinking in better bars than having to worry about how much liquor they're giving me. But again,
amen.
We don't judge.
No judgment.
Okay, so now we have our beautiful candy cane martini,
Yes.
and what I'm going to do is take...
What is this?
This is just a little bit of cherry juice.
Love it.
Yeah, and I just have a little straw, and I'm just going to drizzle this right around the side of the drink, and you can see that it's going to just make beautiful little droplets down the drink that are reminiscent of the stripes in a candy cane. And just a little bit over the top. You don't have to get too fancy with this, because that's not our primary garnish. Our primary garnish is... a candy cane! There you go.
Wow.
And that's our candy cane martini. So why don't you see what you think about that?
Okay.
Well, while JD's trying it
Yeah.
out, can martinis be made with any other kinds of liquors?
Yeah, so great question.
Yes, that wasn't even meant to be a Santa pun, but my God, this is so good.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
So great question. So martinis can be defined two ways. One, the classic martini, which we actually made here at Spoon University.
Yes, it is.
Gin and dry vermouth. But what we've done is we've tended to take anything that we make in a martini glass, or sometimes what's called a cocktail glass, and call that a martini. That's resulted in a whole family of what I always call modern martinis. Things like this. Technically, this has nothing to do with a martini the way that we made it. But since we served it in a martini glass, we call it a martini. It's really a marketing thing. And what we've done is we've taken any drink, like for example, a Cape Cod. Do you know what that is?
Not a clue.
Vodka and cranberry juice.
Oh.
Yeah, and if you take...
classic.
Yeah, with a squeeze of lime. Sorry, not lemon, lime. So if you take vodka cranberry juice and you make it more alcoholic, you take the a lot of cranberry juice out and you make just vodka cranberry with lime. All right, and then you serve it in a martini glass, that becomes a cosmopolitan. That's really the basis for that, with a little bit of triple sec.
We're all cousins of each other, really.
So what defines a martini today is something that's served in a martini glass that has a little bit more alcohol content than if you were to serve it on the rocks. But purists and craft bartenders will tell you that a martini is going to be vodka, gin, maybe a gimlet, a Gibson, some of those, those classic actual drinks that follow the recipe. Good question, as always. All right, I would like one of those.
Let's do this.
All right. So you have your tin ready to go.
Okay. So 1 to 1 to 1
That's
ratio.
it, man. Write down.
Got this.
Write down, and look at you already. You've got this in your muscle memory. How to use that jigger, right?
Boom.
Beautiful.
Okay, I feel like I lost a little, so I can just cheat with that.
Absolutely, good. And she's just
gotta
going
have fun with it.
Palm down to palm up with that jigger, and it goes right in the tin.
Yep.
And that's our creme de menthe. So we have vanilla, mint,
super minty,
and cinnamon. That's the flavor profile of this drink. And then the half and half just adds that nice cream and also the color and the look of the martini, or of the candy cane rather.
All
Good.
right.
So go ahead and shake
This
that
is
up.
my favorite part now.
I know, this is what I love watching also, because you always give you a little bit of a show when you do this. And it should be a show. Awesome. And
Well,
again,
now the pressure's on. I feel like I gotta do some cool
like a spin
moves.
at least.
Like above hands, like...
That's what I was waiting for, exactly. So again, we're shaking to chill and to dilute that alcohol content, make it so that it doesn't burn quite as much. And it also aerates
And to
the
look
drink.
cool.
And to look cool.
And to work out.
And to work.
Build muscle tone, you know?
All of these things, yes.
Okay, well, my
Good.
hand's frozen,
Well,
which
that's
is
it.
a great sign.
That's what you want. You want that
Okay.
frost on the tin, and look at you.
Put it all to the side.
Perfect.
Boom.
Great. So 1 ounce of our half and
Okay.
half.
Can't forget that half and half.
Yep. Lovely.
Boom.
Good. And
Do
just
the
a
little-
little swirl.
Gentle.
Good.
Beauteous.
Beauteous.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see what I did.
I think you did really good.
Can you go through the ingredients one last time?
Yeah. So 1 ounce of vanilla vodka, 1 ounce of white creme de menthe, 1 ounce of cinnamon schnapps, shake it until the tin is frosted, and then add 1 ounce of half and half, which you're just going to swirl to chill and incorporate into the drink. Strain that into a martini glass, and that's what you get. Now on top, we're just going to drizzle a little bit of cherry juice, and you can use the juice from maraschino cherries, you can use the juice from brandied cherries, or you can also use grenadine, which strictly isn't cherry, it's pomegranate.
Yeah.
But most people think it's cherry.
Shirley Temples all day,
Yeah,
every
and this
day.
is for color. This isn't really flavoring the drink very much. This is really just for color.
And also to relive all of my childhood, which was just doing this.
I love it. All right,
Oh, man.
and then a little bit around the
Little
top.
stripe.
Beautiful.
Got a little situation going.
That's it, man.
Final touch.
And that is
Okay, tell me how I did,
Look at-
Sensei.
the stripes on that. Nicely done. Okay.
I have a great teacher.
Oh, I love the nose. It's terrific.
I'm going to take mine back because it's really good.
Yeah, that's actually
Good
kind of
stuff?
dangerous. Yeah, really well done.
Thank you,
Cheers.
sir. Cheers to that. This is a winter cocktail if I ever saw one.
Happy holidays.
We'll see you.
That's good.
Yeah.